And this kid's like, some kind of like weird sex pervert. He's like 12. And, someone even said he has sex with the teddy bear. That alone's probably going to be worth $10.
And now, here to entertain you all, because every day he's hustling. Side Hustle Cinema.
Welcome back to the channel, Side Hustle Cinema here. Thanks for clicking on this video. And today I'm going to be showing you guys what I picked up from the Kino Lorber sale. That's actually still going on until December 20th, so you still got some time if you want to take advantage of that sale. A lot of great movies on there. And I might give you some recommendations here today. You might see something you want to pick up. Some of these titles you guys may not know, might be flying under the radar, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, everyone knows this first one. I picked up Misery on 4K. Now, when this came out, I didn't get it. And the reason is because, I had the Scream Factory edition. And I thought, well, Scream Factory does, they do a good job. And so, like a really good Blu-ray, how much better could this one, look? And then I saw some screenshots online that someone had done, like, some comparisons from the Scream Factory Blu-ray to this one, and it blew me away. And so I knew I had to order this one. And I actually watched this one a little bit earlier in the week, and let me tell you, it is fantastic. It's definitely going to be on my top 10 4K releases of the year. This one looks so good. And, Kino's just killing it with their 4Ks. I don't have all their 4Ks, but I've got most of them. And I have not seen a bad one yet. Matter of fact, they've all been really good. Now, the next one I picked up is another 4K. And it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This was the older one that came out in 1978. It's got Donald Sutherland in it. I've not seen this one, actually. I saw a newer one that came out sometime, and I think it was maybe the early 90s, I think. But I haven't seen this one, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out, and I'm going to have to do it soon because I want to do that top 10 list, and I need to make sure this isn't supposed to be on that list. But yeah, this one was also only $17. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. The other version of the Invasion of Body Snatchers that I have seen actually starred this girl, Gabriella Anwar. But this ain't it. This is For Love or Money. It's a Michael J. Fox comedy. This one came out in 1993. You really can't go wrong with Michael J. Fox movies. I mean, can you? I mean, I didn't love all of his TV shows that he's been a part of, but I can't say anything bad about his movies. And this one's actually one of my favorites. He plays a concierge at a hotel, and he's been saving all of his money, all of his tips, everything. He wants to open up his own hotel. And he kind of falls in love with this girl, who's the mistress to a, really rich guy. And they use the hotel to shack up, And he's kind of falling for her, and it's a little bit of a love story, a little bit of a romantic comedy. The next one I picked up is The War with Kevin Costner and Elijah Wood. This movie takes place in the 70s, and it's about these kids from Louisiana. They're all poor. They probably should have all been friends, honestly. But one group, they build this tree house, kind of a fort, hangout type situation. And the other group of kids, well, they want it. And so they fight constantly throughout this movie. And some of the fights get pretty intense. I mean, they throw rocks, and they're, fist fighting and just chucking stuff out of the treehouse at each other. Just fighting for possession of this treehouse, and things kind of escalate, get a little crazy. There's also quite a bit of drama in this movie, and it's one of those movies that when you watch it, you're not going to forget it. This isn't one of those movies where a year or two later, you can't even remember if you watched it or not. Now, this one crawls inside your brain and lives there for a while. Good movie, though. Great Great movie. Next, we got Moving Violations. Oh, this is comedy. It doesn't crawl inside your brain, but it's funny. It's got Bill Murray's brother in it. It says on here John Murray. I always thought his name was Joel. Wasn't his name Joel Murray? It says John Murray on the back of the cover, so I have to go and double check on that one. But yeah, it's a bunch of different types of people. I mean, there's some young, some middle-aged, some old, and they all get their licenses revoked for one reason or another, and they all end up having to go to traffic school. But they end up uncovering this scheme by a crooked judge where he's actually impounding people's cars, you know, kind of setting them up so that he can like sell their cars and stuff. And so the group kind of bands together to shut this down. It reminds me of Lampoons, like one of the Lampoons movies. So that's really what kind of drew me to it. It's a fun movie though, good movie, lots of laughs, and a ton of people that you would recognize, especially if you're a little bit older. I'd go through the list, but honestly, you probably wouldn't know them unless you've seen them. You know, they're not like A-list, but some recognizable people in this one. It's good. But this movie is My Bodyguard. And if you don't know about this one stars this kid Chris Makepeace, which you might remember him from, like he was in, he played Rudy in Meatballs, or he was one of the college kids in Vamp. Those are where I remember him from. But he's basically this, you know, he's a small kid, and he gets sort of picked on by Matt Dillon. He's the school bully. And this movie came out in 1980, so we're talking, you know, a young Matt Dillon. And basically, this kid hires this bodyguard, you know, this guy here. And he's just this big sort of, you know, he's a fairly gentle guy, but he's so big and imposing looking that he kind of scares, like, even teachers and definitely, you know, Matt Dillon a little bit. But, you know, it goes from a business proposition to, you know, they actually form a friendship. And it makes for a really, you know, good, entertaining movie. If you haven't checked this one out, I recommend it. I'm sure you'll like it. Keeping the 80s themed rolling here, we got Tough Turf from 1985. Now, this is one of those movies that I was talking about that got, you know, this is a brand new 2K restoration on this one. Chances of this one getting a 4K, not very good. So this is probably the best version of this movie that you're going to find out there. So if you like 80s movies, and especially if you haven't seen this one, Tough Turf is a really good one. It's about James Spader, you know, young Robert California. I hate Robert California. I love The Office, but I can't watch that season. Yeah, James Spader is here, and you'll like him in this role. You know, he's this new kid in high school. It's a tough neighborhood, you know, tough town. He falls for this girl here, Kim Richards, who was the, she was the little blonde girl in Escape from Witch Mountain. Yeah, Tia, I think her name was in that movie. And so, you know, this is her grown up a little bit, and this also has Robert Downey Jr. in it. Can't go wrong with that. Well, anyway, you should definitely check this one out. Brand new restoration on this one. I think it was only $10. Only $10. Definitely worth picking up. This was a newer one. Well, it's an old movie, but it just got a new release on Blu-ray for the first time in maybe a couple weeks ago or something. It's not been too long. So I knew I wanted to pick it up because I love National Lampoon's movies, especially the early stuff that they did. And yeah, this is Movie Madness. Yeah, I wanted to make sure because I think this used to be called originally National Lampoon's Night at the Movies. I think that's what it was called originally. And then they changed it later on to Movie Madness. And it's an anthology movie. It's got 3 little, you know, mini movies in there. And it's got a ton of people. I mean, you can see, like, this is all people right here, you know. And it's just got, like, so many people in this movie that you would probably recognize. It's pretty good. I've got two more, and both of these were blind buys. So the first one here that I want to talk about is dogs. Look at that artwork. That's pretty cool looking. I've mentioned it like 100 times on here. I love animal attack movies. It's my favorite horror subgenre. And this one came out in 1976. I've not seen it, but it looks good. It sounds pretty good. I'll show you the back here. Let you check out some of the images there. And this one, you know, not a well-known movie. 1976, but they put it out and they gave it a brand new 2K restoration. And it's even got special features on there. There's the little list of special features. You know, you got a brand new 16:9 anamorphic master in HD from the original Vault Elements. It's got a new featurette that it's interviews with the cast and crew. It's got the original trailer. It's got fun facts and trivia. And it's got liner notes by Lee Gamblin. It looks pretty cool. I can't wait to, you know, check this one out and give it a try. But, yeah, Scorpion is the one that kind of put this one out. But I got it off Kino's website. And I think, pretty sure this was on sale too. And the last one I picked up, I heard some people talking about it over on Mid-Level Media's channel, The Pit. This is another one of those movies, not well known. You know, came out in 1981. But it's got a brand new 2K scan on here. This is a remastered copy. And it looks like an absolutely crazy horror movie that might be fun. It might just be a complete disaster, but it was only $10, so either way it's you're not out much if it was terrible. But if it ends up being, you know, a fun movie, well, then you're really in for a treat. It's about this kid who finds a big hole in his, like, out in the near his house, and there's all these like demons that live at the bottom of this hole. And the teddy bear, he's got this teddy bear there, and it's like telling him to, you know, basically get people to, you know, put them in this hole so these things can eat them. And this kid's like, you know, some kind of like weird sex pervert. He's like 12. And, you know, someone even said he has sex with the teddy bear. That alone's probably going to be worth $10. And this kid's like, you know, some kind of like weird sex pervert. He's like 12. And, you know, someone even said he has sex with the teddy bear. That alone's probably going to be worth $10. But, yeah, I watched the trailer. The trailer's crazy. But, yeah, I don't know, man. This is, I'm definitely going to watch this one, and, I hope I'll laugh as much when I watch the movie as I do when I'm talking about it. But, yeah, The Pit. It might be good. It might not. Oh, alright guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed me talking about my Kino pickups. Don't sleep on Kino. Get out there and support them and take advantage of the sale. I mean, this sale's been going on forever. And who knows, I might jump back in and grab a few more. They got some other stuff on there that looks pretty good too. And, you know, because the prices are so low. I mean, how can you go wrong? So many restorations on these too. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. I just passed 400 subs, so, thanks for all the support, and let's keep it going. I've got about a month to go before I hit my 6-month anniversary mark, and wouldn't it be great if I was like at 500 or somewhere around there? If we could get me close, that would be so great. Marching on to 500. And yeah, so that's going to do it for today. And as always, stay safe, have fun, keep watching those movies. I'll see you on the next one.